Hi, welcome back to Two Idiots Review. I'm Caleb.
And I'm Hannah.
And today we're going to be doing the review of Bad Samaritan. We saw it on opening night, and so we're here to talk about what we thought about it.
Yeah, so this first part's just going to be a spoiler-free, so don't worry if you haven't seen it yet. We'll be getting into a little bit more of the movie later, so once you've seen it, you can click back. We'll put in like a minute time when we start talking about it, so if you've seen it, you can just jump straight to that point.
Yeah, we'll give you a clear warning, so no worries.
The main movie's basically just about these two valet guys that, they take people's cars and go back to their houses and rob them while they're in the restaurant. And then they do that to somebody and they find he's like kidnapped some girl and she's like chained up in his like house somewhere. So that's basically like the premise of the movie. It stars David Tennant, who is awesome because he's David Tennant. He's the 10th Doctor, who is my personal favorite.
And he's also Kilgrave on Jessica Jones. So that's one of the main reasons that was drawing me to go see this.
For sure. I was like, David Tennant?
Yeah, it was David Tennant. And it was like, the trailers alone was just like, meh, but then when I saw, I was like, oh, David Tennant's in it. So I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah,
we'll give it a try.
It's thrillery. It says horror as part of like the description, but it's not really a horror movie. It's more thrillery, like kind of intense a little bit. It does have its like lighter, like kind of funny moments. Funny to us. Our theater wasn't laughing that much sometimes, but we were laughing a lot. Which
makes me question if we're a little bit
disturbed.
Yeah,
probably.
We might be a little bit on the disturbed side, but yeah. So we found quite a bit of humor in the movie, and which really made the movie that much better because it wasn't it wasn't just a straight. It was no comedy by any means, but it had just enough humor, mostly brought on by David Tennant, which he did in such a brilliant way that only he could, and it really added that much more depth to the movie.
Yeah. So I mean, it was entertaining. It wasn't great, but I was entertained for the hour and 50 minutes that the movie is.
Yeah.
So, I mean, go check it out. Like, I thought it was worth the price of a ticket. I didn't leave there and be like, well, that was the worst 2 hours of my life.
And if nothing else, it'll make you question ever using a valet because they could potentially rob you.
For sure. I was like, I am never doing that again. I was like, no. But yeah, so, I mean, I say go see it. I thought it was worth the price of a ticket.
And I would also agree with that. So you have two idiots recommendation to go see this movie. It's definitely worth seeing it once. It's when there's thriller movies like this, it kind of loses something. I feel like the second time around.
I mean, I wouldn't be like, I gotta go see this right away.
Yeah, it's because like once you know how it ends, essentially, like that kind of takes off the edge of the thrillerness of it. And so, I mean, maybe in a few years, once I kind of forget a little bit about it, but just remembered that I liked it, I might go back and watch it again, because then I might have a kind of a similar experience as this.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good movie. It has a little bit of gore in it, but not too much. If I was able to handle it, then everybody else should be okay.
But,
I mean, I'm getting worse and worse as time goes on with how much my threshold of gore.
But so we both recommend it. So go check it out. We're gonna start talking a little more in detail. So if you haven't seen it, this is your warning to subscribe, and then turn it off because
subscribe, like the video,
follow our social medias. They're listed, and then we're gonna get into it. So this is your 2-second warning. All right. So this last chance. 3, 2, 1. You have now entered the after party. This is where all the spoilers come out. Everybody dies. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, I thought it was really good. And what I liked is that he hasn't seen Buffy, but he's David Tennant's character is very reminiscent of the 3rd season Big Bad, the mayor. He has like that sinister and can be very like creepy, but then like he has like these lighter moments where you're laughing and being like, oh, all right, like I was like, it was reminiscent. It wasn't like exact, but it was reminiscent, and that made me happy because I'm a huge Buffy fan. So,
I mean, David Tennant was by far the best part of this movie.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And like
he's probably the best part of most movies, so even ones he's not in.
But he plays that dark, sinister role so well, And then, like, he even adds that bit of humor, like we discussed earlier on. Like, one of the things that stands out in my mind is when he's in the guy's apartment, and he has, like, the gun drawn on him when he's in the shower, and then he's just like...
yeah. It's like, is he going to kill him? Oh, no, he's just playing. Okay.
And then,
But yeah, the whole, like, him going on his Facebook and just ruining his life was...
Just like the way he did it too. It was pretty
hilarious.
Really funny.
Yeah, the way he was like breaking up with the girlfriend, and like that was reminiscent of, you know, Jessica Jones when he was Kilgrave and he's talking to Hogarth and he's like, but yeah, it was funny, like that whole thing where he's like basically ruining that guy's life. I was like,
and also the part where he gets Kilgrave, or not Kilgrave.
Not Kilgrave.
Where he gets David Tennant's character to pick up the phone after he's killed the guy. And he's like, come on! And then, like, he drops it. Like, it's just like those moments of like David Tennant where he's just himself almost, kind of, and he's so great.
But I have to say, the worst part of this movie was the American accent. Not that it was a bad American accent, but it was just weird not hearing either a Scottish or British accent coming out of his mouth. So that was like, I was like, I wonder if he's going to have an accent. And then, like, the first word, I was like, oh, no, he doesn't. And I was like, oh, man. I was like, that would have made it better.
It always should be in his contract that he has that accent and that there's a character named Jessica in the movie.
Yes. So he can say, Jessica. But, yeah, so, I mean, I thought it was entertaining. There's always those, like, tropey, thrillery that are always in it. Like, there always is a scene in the woods.
True.
I don't know why. It's just random and
woods
super
are creepy,
weird.
and
I guess.
It makes me not want
They're like, we need to figure out a way to get them in the woods. No, he's going to have a cabin in the woods.
Yeah, not just the woods. He's
going to have a cabin
in the woods.
Which I feel like also happens quite
I feel like those should be, like, against the law by now. Like, you cannot have just a singular cabin just in the woods somewhere.
Just
like that should be illegal.
There's nothing else around. It's like, oh, well, that's a place where serial killers live, which actually is true, because that is what he was doing. But yeah, I mean, it was good. It wasn't great, but
it had some twists and turns, some things I didn't expect.
There was only one pop-out moment that actually caught me off guard. The other ones I was prepared for, but that first one where he sees the girl in the room, I was just like...
take the picture in the flash and like...
Yeah, like, I think we were in, like, recliner seats, so I think I was just, like, really relaxed and just, like, oh, okay, just watch the movie, and so I wasn't really, like, in it quite yet, and then, like, that happened, and I was like, oh, jeez.
There was another one, too. Like, there was another, like, the one where he's in the car, and then, like, his friend comes up on the window. That one, that one I expected. That one I expected, and it wasn't fine, but there was a second one, there was another one... Oh, it might have been when he comes out of nowhere and, like, starts beating the girl.
Oh.
Because, the way, like, the sound and everything was just like... Bang!
Well, but I knew something was coming, because once you start walking down, like, a dark alley, like, you should be expected to be attacked by someone. I mean, that's just a good rule of thumb.
So the moral of the story is, don't do valet parking, don't walk in an alley, and police officers should always check cabins in the woods.
Yes. Even if there's no reason to. If you see you're driving through and you're, like... on vacation and you see, I should go check that out. There's probably a serial killer living in there.
And really quick, another interesting thing is that I didn't know what his motivation was throughout most of the movie.
Yeah, because like you give you like where he kills the horse, and I was just like, did he kill the horse? Did he kill the girl? Like I have no idea. Yeah, it turns out he did both. And then we don't come to that till like the very end of the movie, and then even still, I'm like, I still don't know why.
It's very like surfacey, like it's very brief, and it's just like but at least it was something.
His dad had like loved prize horses, and he was trying to, he had a crush on the girl. Like,
obviously he was mentally disturbed even as a kid. Like that was it wasn't like something traumatic happened to him and send him off. Like he was just mentally disturbed to begin with, yes. And then but it explained what he was trying to what his goal was. It was at least to
break humans.
Perfect perfect people. Like on the one friend, he was like, you're beyond correction or something like that, and then just killed them. And then the other girl was like, you'll have your freedom as soon as you become corrected, or so, he was about like making people better, and at least in his mind about what they should be.
Which is a weird way to go about it, because I don't know how you justify being a crazy murderer by trying to correct people, but.
It's not crazy, because crazy people don't get caught.
That is accurate. That is accurate. But yeah, I mean, all in all, it was entertaining, and I like we had said earlier, I wouldn't pay to go see it again.
No.
But was it worth it to see David Tennant in a movie for an hour and 50. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
But so for those of you who have stuck around and have seen the movie, go ahead and comment on the video. But please give a spoiler warning on the top of your comment if it has something spoiler about the film for those who haven't seen it yet. But let us know what you thought of the movie, and if there's any other movies that are coming out soon that you're like, I don't know if I want to see it yet. We'll go ahead and be the test dummies on that, and go check it out and let you know what we think of it. And as always, subscribe, like the video, comment.
Follow our social medias. And if you, not even just movies, if there's any other stupid videos out there or stupid, tell us to watch it. We'll watch it. We'll watch just about anything. So, just let us know in the comments. And like I said, follow us on all the social medias. They're listed below.
And thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching.